from the Sun Devils, and we're coming back from the halftime break after what was a very entertaining first half. You were down by the Western Australia Raiders huddle. Angry voices there everywhere. They're looking at the defence there, and I think Gastrov has a good understanding of where the pressure's coming from. So he had a few choice words for his own O-lineman who actually said that, you know, there's lots of stuff out there that they're not seeing and not picking up. So they're going to work together as a more cohesive unit to protect him. Particularly number 9 for the Franco Rossello for Queensland. He's getting in there, causing some trouble. Very aggressive.
Yeah, they're definitely showing aggressiveness right across the board there, that defence. And they will have to come out strong again here. Trips lining up to the right-hand side. Lenzel gets the toss, cuts back. And a good tackle there from the man that you just mentioned there. For a man who looks that slender, he doesn't look like he has a lot of build on him. Shows he has very strong legs there to power through. And shows a lot of aggressiveness on the tackle.
That's right, he's listed as a linebacker DB, so you know he's going to be quick, he's going to be fast, but he's also going to be able to pack a punch. But I guess it looks like his overwhelming attribute there is that football IQ, being able to dissect the play quickly and get in. It is all about read, react. When you're out there on the defense, you got to figure out what they're doing and get in there. You got a good block there from Honda, you got over the top of him, made that tackle with Lansdale. Good work.
There'll be a penalty on the play, and that will further hinder the Raiders to start off this second half here. Lead by a point here. This match has been tense. It's been a bit chippy, but it's been entertaining nonetheless. And both these teams coming out. Physical mindset. Spread set. 2 wide receivers. Gastrov drops back. Quick pass to the outside of Federicks. And he will get out of bounds. And the Sun Devils will be looking to get right off the field quickly in this one and get back onto the scoreboard after their first drive of the game. Saw them get into the end zone, and then it took WA Raiders a lot of possession and a lot of time, but it eventually took them a turnover, which could have been a pick 6, but there was a penalty on the play, but they managed to convert on that, and now the Raiders have the lead here in the second half. Just starting at the third quarter. Thank you for joining us on Ascension Sports. Myself, Chris Guscott, beside me, Simon Holland here. Spread set again. Hands off to the outside. Lansdale cutting back in, fighting through a few players, and it shows that definitely you need a few players to bring down Lansdale, but Queensland seem to be up the challenge at the moment.
Exactly right. You need better blocking from your receivers out of there. There's some guys there looking to get deep, looking to get some plays, but they're a big factor on the run play. They're going to get across and hammer those linebackers. One, get out to the safety and create those holes. The offensive linemen, they need to slide across and create that point of protection for the running back. Lansdale's a very good, very patient runner, very smart. He'll sit back behind those blockers, but at the moment he's overtaking them, and that isn't great for the run game.
Yeah, you mentioned that it actually really is important for the wide receivers to be good at blocking as well, because I mean, especially if the running play gets outside the numbers, or even coming into the seam, if you have receivers that are sitting inside there, they need to be able to just get their man, make sure that the secondary isn't coming down to make sure that they stop the run. And another penalty on the Raiders just as we speak. That's going to push them back again.
Foul is declined. Fourth down.
But he's going to be declined. And it will be a third down, or fourth down. There's a bit of confusion on the field at the moment here to start off this third term here. Both teams showing plenty of heart and passion in this one so far. And halftime only would have increased that, especially after what you were talking about in terms of the Raiders. I mean, so what do you think they need to improve?
There's lots of facets there, but it's individual commitment to work as a team. You know, they're part of a system, they're part of a moving organism in itself. So everyone needs to perform it, especially offensive line. I guess it needs to really be cohesive. The run play, protection, and things like that are critical. And offensive line, they don't get to touch the ball very often, but they are critical to the play. But knowing Ben Gastrov and knowing the type of player and person that he is, he doesn't really care too much about penalties. He doesn't care too much about refereeing and where the ball's spot. He just wants to play ball. So he'll get out there, he'll be throwing bombs, you just watch.
But I reckon he might care at the moment, because it is third down and extremely long at the moment. They've been pushed a long way from a few penalties. Once again, the Raiders, their own enemy at the moment in terms of penalties. Gastrov sits back, has time, throw it to the outside, plenty of space, but a good open field tackle. And that will only get them a yard or two, and that will certainly not be enough. Fourth down and very, very long, which will set up a punt for the Raiders.
Nice wrap by Thompson, making sure that Ryan Dwyer didn't get away with that. So WA
Flag down on the play. Once again, could be proving that both these teams are just chipping away and getting in each other's faces, and the umpires don't really tend to like that. And we'll see what the call is, because another penalty would almost send the Raiders back onto their own goal line. It seems they've gone a long way back here. There's not many plays in the playbook for this sort of situation, is there? That's
it. The safety would change the game. I mean, it's a 1 point game. They get 2 points and then get the ball back. That could be a tide turner in a tight game like this. So you don't want to be marched back too close. Look where the down markers are. They're a long way from home. So you might even be kicking on third down. Who knows? Who knows where they go. Yeah, in terms of punting, it might even be a struggle for them to get back to their original for the first down mark, or even their original line of scrimmage. So this could be interesting.
Personal foul.
There seems to be a lot of confusion on the play in terms of what happened with the flags. And even midway through the call is being corrected. Unnecessary roughness on the defense, which now gives the Raiders a fighting chance on third down. But it's like penalties put the Raiders in a bad position, and then penalties have, saved them from being in a bad position now, because the Sun Devils have come out. Penalties do cost you. I think a lot of people tend to overlook them in terms of the game. One of the big stats you look at the end of the game is how many penalties each team gave away, because, if you are disciplined and you don't give away any sort of penalties, obviously you're going to be keeping 60, 70 yards to yourself each game.
Absolutely, and right now, you've got to think the penalties are outweighing the actual runs of the players. That is a big factor. The coaches really hate that. That's 3 yards. That's like a no ball in cricket, that kind of thing. That's a free hit. So, you know what, that bailed them out for sure there for Western Australia. They're back within range of getting that first down, whereas before they were right up against it. So, fresh set of downs, and they're ready to go again.
Especially those 15-yarders cost defense because automatic first downs. Indeed, two receivers out to the left-hand side. Gastrov has time, looks to run himself, shrugs a tackle, and will get through. And Gastrov showing a little bit of lateral quickness for the big man at QB. And he's able to move the chains there on first down. Gastrov proving a little more of a double threat than people might think.
Yeah, he's multiple threat actually. He used to play safety back in the day, quite a terrifying safety when you see him coming across the middle. So he does have that movement and athleticism, but he's been playing a long time, so I'm surprised, that he's still got it, but it's good to see it.
When you put on the state colours, I'm sure it brings out something of everyone, especially Gastrov. Handoff, Middleton down the middle, he is hit solidly. Queensland Sun Devils defence all over that one. And the Sun Devils have been good for the majority of this game to be able to close down the inside movement. The offensive line will try to get penetration. They're obviously, if you have quicker running backs, like for example putting in Middleton, to try to move them to the outside, but it's good that especially since the Sun Devils are now trying to close down the inside of the game.
That's right. And Raiders have some big units back there that they could put in. They could go to their rumble package, fucking Big John Lou for the Jets and Big Louie Louie, but we haven't seen any of them yet. So maybe later in the game when they need to smash some holes, they can go to that.
Spread set, two receivers either side here on second down and 9. Man in motion. Gastrov sits back, finds his man, and he is going to be put down for a couple of yards on the play, which will now set down third down and medium here for the Raiders at midfield. Frederick's coming off, and after that hit, it certainly is almost like a hospital hand pass, which you would see in AFL. If your quarterback's just going to put you down on the ground like that, you're just setting yourself up for a big hit in the secondary.
That's right. He's already taken a big hit. We had a chance to chat to him at half-time, and he said it just woke him up. Felt like he had a Red Bull, I think it might have been concussion, but that hit to the kidneys, that's going to hurt a lot. He might be seeing some blood flow towards the end next time he heads to the bathroom.
Certainly a physical game, this gridiron, and boy, do we love it. Third down and medium coming up here for the Raiders. This is an important drive for them to build here at the start of this third quarter to make sure that they can try and build an offensive possession, keep the Sun Devils on the field, and also to extend their lead past a single point, which is obviously very fragile. Like you said, even a safety can tip the scales in the Sun Devils' favour at this stage. Spread set. Gastrov under centre, drops back, has time. The throw across the field, and it's going to be over everybody's head. And that will bring up 4th down. But like you said, West Australia very aggressive on 4th down and medium situations. And this is not a good sign at the moment. There's a man down on the play from the Raiders.
As this game's starting to take its toll.
Obviously never good to see an injury on the play, and he's still yet to get up. While we have the opportunity in the break and the play, we'd like to thank Hostworks for assisting us with the stream. And I'd like to thank you for joining us here on Ascension Sports TV. My name's Chris Guscott alongside Simon Holland. Obviously never good to have an injury on the play, especially in a sport like this, because it can do some damage. And this, with the injury here, this is actually really going to stop the Raiders at the moment in terms of momentum, but also could give them a good chance to regain themselves and to set up for the 4th down, because they are very aggressive. I don't know, what are you thinking in this stage? I mean, as a player, when a player goes down, like is injured on the field, what are you kind of thinking in that huddle?
Well, we can't really see who it is at the moment, but it looks to be possibly Matt Rowley. Number 76 is their centre and doing the snaps, but also he's in charge of reading for the O-lineman and pointing out blitzes and things like that. So when you lose a spiritual leader, part of your brain box there on the O-line, life can be tough. I think he was playing with a separated shoulder or a pre-existing shoulder injury like that. He is a tough character and stuff like that, but this looks to be an injury he's not going to walk away from. They're going to have to find someone in their personnel with the same sort of level of commitment to the offensive line. Who knows, it might be a bright spark that comes in and something they need, but there's never really a minor silver lining for losing an important player like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were going to say they put a lot of money into chicken. Anyway. How much you got there? How much you got stacked? My sister walking It's 45,000. But out of that, well, in a couple of months. Well, we all lost heaps.
And the players and the fans clapping him off here. This looks to be a very serious injury. He's unable to walk off on his own accord. It's taken quite a bit to bring down the big men on the offensive line, so wish him all the best. Never like to see an injury. Now after the extended break, the Raiders now have to regain their focus and convert here on 4th down. Raiders never want to really go for special teams in terms of punting or field goals. What does that do for a defense? I mean, Simon, if you've got a team that's going to go for it on all 4 downs, that kind of make it harder for defenders?
Yeah, it kind of does. You've got to be aware for that extra down. They can't just settle for a field goal, but also you know that they're not going to just deep strike late in the game. This is a 1-point game still, so a field goal experience here is lethal. But yeah.
Spread set here on 4th down. Gastrov under centre, and that will get a flag on the play. He's going to drop it, but there will be a flag. So the dropped catch by Strickland might not affect the Raiders as much as it may seem at the moment. Especially with that hard count, it's very hard for linemen to be able to predict. I mean, the key fundamental is just watch the ball, but obviously when you're hearing the sort of stimulus that the quarterback's trying to give out, you know, it is very hard to contain yourself sometimes. And Queensland have been doing that a lot with their offense today.
Yeah, absolutely. Very disruptive there at the defense. You know, they can yell out whatever they want. They can move. They can show man coverage when they're playing cover 2. They can play man under. There's infinite combinations on defense, which kind of helps them get them back, you know, bring back the advantage of having a pre-prepared plan on offense. But you could see that was a tough catch right there for Strickland. He hadn't even turned his shoulders by the time Grashoff was sitting there ready to unload. So a tough catch there, but you need to make them when you're playing at this level.
So an automatic first down will keep the Raiders driving with a 1-point lead here in the third. Spread set, hand up the middle, and a big hit. There's lots of bodies collide in the middle. Another flag thrown here. This match starting to get overrun by penalties here into the third. Both these teams looking to certainly scrap it out.
That was our big man, Louis Luavo. He told him we'd be on the field later in there. You could see, you know, he'd take a couple of hits and keep moving. He's a very strong lad. He'll tell you that himself. He's not afraid, but he's a big boy. He gets the ball. You watch him. But he's surprisingly quick, and he can, we've seen him hurdle players before as well. Amazing athlete. Very tough customer, and he can really spark an offense there. So let's see what happens in this half.
Well, that penalty is certainly going to make this offensive set now difficult for the Raiders. It's another 15 yards off it. And first down and 25 makes it very difficult. Although, in terms of what you're trying to do on first down, you're not going to look for the Hail Mary because obviously you're thinking that the secondary is going to be expecting that. But even if you can get 7 or 8 yards on 2 plays, you set yourself up for a third down situation that is manageable. Spread set. On first down and 25, Gastrov sits back. Time in the pocket, pass down the middle. It's too hot for Honda and intercepted. Gastrov's quick pass down the middle is behind Honda, gets a hand to it and tips it up in the air. Intercepted, big play.
That's it. That's number 40, Joe Trapia, and he is a phenomenal athlete. That was a tip off the hands, and it's really hard to track them in the air. He looked like he was on his knees, and he just managed to get those extra centimetres to grasp that in. That was an amazing heads-up play there by Joe Trapia.
And I mean, those few inches, obviously, he's trying to dive and make that catch, and it's now turned to the ball over, and now Queensland has a chance to drive here in the third quarter. They trail by a point, and this match continues to have ups and downs. Stick around here in Ascension Sports, you do not want to go anywhere. Holiday Miller on the back. Stegman sending a man in motion. Hand off down the middle, he's met solidly at the line.
This time, Holiday Miller not going too far at all. He's running to the Raider brick wall.
And the Raiders will be looking to try to get it back here after the offense coughed up an uncharacteristic turnover there. Sun Devils in their last few offensive possessions haven't actually really looked like the team that they were when they came out. You mentioned before the game that Western Australia does come out a little bit flat.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just something like, you know, there's a home crowd advantage. You talk to your friends and things like that. It's very social activity over here. We're, you know, isolated on our own. But it seems like they've got the ball rolling now.
Weak eye formation. Stegman under centre. And second down and 10. Once again going with that hard count. Drops back, has time despite the blitz. Long pass downfield. And it's going to have too much on it, especially when you're trying to throw that far. Even the tiniest bit of wind will affect your pass. And here at Murdoch Oval, it's not a strong breeze anymore. It's more of a swirling breeze, and it makes it difficult to pass downfield. It's now going to be third down and 10 here for the Sun Devils. Trying to capitalise here on the turnover that just came. Honda had the pass thrown behind him, tips it up. And Joe Trapia makes a great interception to put the Sun Devils back on the field. But now they're already in trouble. Third down and 10. You're going to need to come up with a big play here. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. He's going to move his tight end in motion. Stegman fakes the handoff on play action. Gets to the outside, good speed, but will throw it away into the crowd. That's good play. What did you see out of that defensive play there to shut down what Stegman was trying to do?
Oh, it was a massacre there on the defense. Defensive lineman came through everywhere. Big TV, Vernick. I think he actually grilled me before the start of the game saying don't get it wrong, but he has got one of those tricky names. TV, you know, he's a Jets player there for traditionally quite a weak team, not very aggressive, you know, but it's good to see some of those players stepping up and getting experience at this level, but he was in there, you know, like fat kid on a cupcake with that one.
Looking for the punt now. And Queensland will not be able to make use of the turnover forced by their defence, and that punt will go out of bounds. Looks like it's a decent punt. It's going to force them a long way back here, and now the Raiders will get another chance to drive down the field. It's been an entertaining game so far. Certainly don't need to tell you that if you've been watching the game here on Ascension Sports. 8-7 the score at the moment. And a good punt has now left the Raiders with a lot of work to do, because they are now deep in their own territory. In terms of how you set up on offensive fronts here, especially when you're that far across, what do you plan on doing, especially when you're this far back in your own territory?
You got to stick to your game plan. I mean, you can't. The temptation is to try and pass deep and get out of that hot zone. But a couple of runs there. I mean, really, there's no set formula for that. You got to keep it open. You've got to stick to your veers, stick to your swing, stick to the things that get you out of those sort of zones. Things you know how to do as a well-drilled unit.
Split set, they're going to hand up straight up the middle to Kieran Lansell. He's going to get brought down. He hasn't had a lot of success today. I mean, in comparison to his first game against the Sharks, obviously it's going to be very hard to have the same sort of day, but Queensland doing a very good job at bringing down the big running back. He's played fullback for Australia. It shows you the calibre of player that he is. But it also shows you how intense the Sun Devils are coming out at the moment to try to make the big plays and to hold them up here. And so far they've kept him to one touchdown. Spread set. Moving Brian Honda in motion. Hands off down the middle again to Lansell. Bounces off a player and is brought down from behind. And like I mentioned earlier, especially on defenses playing against big, hefty running backs, as the game goes on, you're just getting more and more tired, and obviously he's going to be put more into play.
And you've got to be, that's such an impressive effort for Queensland defence there. Like we said, that Francois Russell, he's listed as a DB and a linebacker, whereas Nate Lansdale there, he's running like a lineman running at you. So to be a sort of a light linebacker and making those kind of tackles is good technique and precision hitting.
Spread set again now, third down and short. Again, Honda in motion. This time, hands up the middle, clip to the legs. Good penetration from the defense, and there is Trappier again, making a big impact on defense so far here for the Sun Devils, and that will bring up a fourth down. Very important for the linebackers to get that sort of penetration on those sort of runs, because you know they're coming down the middle in most circumstances, especially with Lansell. Timeout called on the play here. It's 8-7 here in the Australian Gridiron League match here in Perth on Ascension Sports TV.
I think they've got to punt this one away. It's late in the third quarter. Still in front. But certainly Coach J.R. Rogers and quarterback Paul Gasper are having a conversation about what could be.
Hey, Steph. Apparently you owe me a card. Yeah. For his fuck up. Found a piece of paper. Right?
And look at the spread on the receivers there. Ryan Dwyer out there with Strickland. Long way out, a lot of space trying to spread the coverage for the Queensland defense. Brent Honda moving in motion. Nate Lansdale takes a swing, and now he's got space to run. Actually, he's in a thundering hit there. Lansdale falls forward. Great job to tackle a man like that. Cut inside there was lots of space. Looking for lots of space. Lansdale did well. Get to the outside, keep it safe. He's going to take a breather. Joe Trappier, he's in everything at the moment for Queensland. Clock's running there. And Queensland, they're only 1 point down. They just need a change of fortune. Pick up the loose ball or something like that, run it back. Anything will get them over the line for here. But with possession in the offense, in the hands of the Raiders. A good tackle there for Queensland. Good stuff. And it's a fumble in the backfield, and Queensland managed to pick it up, and that's going to force a change of possession at about the 30-35 yard line. You know, so that's dark days for the Raiders there, trying to hang on to that 1 point possession with their fingernail.
Yeah, and I mean, these turnovers at this stage of the game are massive because it is so close at the moment. You cannot afford to hand teams possession like this because now they are just outside their red zone and the Sun Devils are looking to take advantage of it. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Bringing the man in motion to even it out. Stegman toss play to the outside to Holiday Miller. And he cuts back inside. Great quickness. Gets inside, but a good open field tackle to stop him there. Kieran Lanzell making a good tackle in the backfield, but Holiday Miller showing why he's the leading running back here for the Sun Devils. Yeah, it's like I said before, lateral vision is just something you just cannot teach. It's just for athletes. Holiday Miller showing great movement there.
That's it. It's in his genetics. It's instinctive as much as anything. Just to know that there's people coming and take that step there, throw a few jukes, you know, and commit to it. Holiday Miller, he looked crisp on that run.
Especially if you can dart between Raiders defenders. Showing plenty of speed here. Now it's 1st down and goal. Split backs. Hands it up the middle. Holiday Miller is going to get brought down just short off the line there. Good play to get the second back in to block for him, but it's not going to be enough. But they are right here on the goal line in terms of Raiders defense. How do you go about stopping the Sun Devils in this position? They've still got a few downs to go here, and they've only got a couple yards to do it.
That was a huge play there, wasn't it, by Queensland? So, you know, they got to stop that. That was Tim O'Donnell, one of their captains, was the fullback there, going through that on that 24 lead. You got to hit him. You got to take him down. Then worry about the running back. That was a good play call by Queensland.
2nd down and goal now. A few yards to go. Stegman hands it up the middle. Good hit. And it looks as if he's going to get held short. He looked to try to take it out of his running back's hands and run it in himself, but forward progress was stopped. And now that's good defensive set there from the Raiders, stacking the box and making sure that they can't just run it in at will, because now it's 3rd down and goal. Nervous moments here for the Sun Devils. I mean, you are expected to convert on 2 or 3 yard plays because it's just presumed that way, but when the Raiders can stack the box like that, it would make it very difficult.
That's it. They've got to kick up their sleeve, and they're going to know that. There's 3 points in there at the end of the day. They're really particularly close. But they want to put as much distance between them and the Raiders as they can.
3rd down and goal now. Massive play here. Man in motion, hands, fakes it. He's going to get chased down from behind by Honda. A great speed from Stegman, and that will be a terrific touchdown to give the Sun Devils back the lead. And Stegman, the outback quarterback, doing a terrific job to get away because Honda was right on his heels there and almost got him. Stegman in for the touchdown. Sun Devils have the lead.
That's it. That was actually Dave Merkovich, number 1. There's 2 number 1s for that team. That's NCAA rules. But, you know, Merkovich isn't known for being the quickest guy, but when you've got a running start as a running back, it's going to be tough to chase him down. He nearly had him, didn't he, by shoelaces, but he got there in the end.
Showing great mobility for a quarterback, and he is going to give his team back the lead here in what has been a seesaw contest here in Murdoch Oval in Perth. And now awaiting the extra point conversions. 13-8 the score at the moment. And boys, this is anyone's contest at the moment. What a final quarter we're going to have for you. For now, they're going to look to go for the 2-point conversion, and that'll be a flag. And that certainly doesn't help when you're looking for a 2-point conversion. Queensland forced to call a timeout.
Owner of a Kia Carnival, a silver Kia Carnival, 1BYU 507. Please move your car. Thank you.
I think he's following a shadow.
No, he doesn't want to play 110. No, that's
Look at you. You might be right. So he's got to follow. Yeah, it sucks. I have no idea how big Bubbles was like early in the game. Bubble was like miniature, Fake was like supersized.
I don't think it's supersized.
Here, Carnival, please move your car.
Following the timeout. Still looking to go for the 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, no, but people
Split backs.
They only got Levi. Darren Barnes got Faye. You and me.
I'm going to end up with a weedy
You'll be
outside.
one side of me.
Stegman fakes the handoff at the middle, rushes over to the right, fakes the pass, looks again, great composure. Stegman doing a terrific job when his first option was shut down to keep looking and keep his composure on the run. And even though it's only a 2-point conversion, it is going to prove very vital at the moment because that now makes it a 7-point game here in the third. Queensland Sun Devils now looking to take advantage here, but the Raiders will be getting the ball back shortly.
Great little catch there by Mitchell Best. Excellent work there by the quarterback to fake that handoff, to roll out, and just be really patient and keep his eyes upwards. He's tempted to try and run in himself, keep your eyes down and head for the corner, but he kept his eyes up and pumped it into Best. Best is an out-to-back player, and he wasn't going to be missing that.
Certainly very easy to panic when your first option on a route goes down. Stegman doing a terrific job, and he gives the Sun Devils the lead. 15-8 here in the third quarter here live on Ascension Sports TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a short break while the ambulance attends go into player.
Let's go, Honda!
Doable, and also you've been freezing your butt off.
Oh, like, trust me, something like,
I could have enjoyed sitting and watching the game outside.
yeah, it has to be like during summer to be able to go to the game. Actually, but I don't mind because at least we get a rugby and league games, and we've got Rams to today.
Just a special shout out here to our New Zealand viewers here and to One Fibre, which is our local fibre provider. Have a great night in the land of the long white cloud. So thank you for joining us across the ditch. Hope you're having a great night watching this game. We just have an ambulance timeout here following the touchdown and 2-point conversion, which is giving Queensland a 7-point lead here in Perth.
Sprinting, and only went sprinting.
Troy's end zone dads.
He has many, but he does not.
My dream team. That's it.
We all have. I was doing that.
So what's it? It's 15-8, isn't it? 15-8, isn't it? Because we got a 2-pointer on the first touchdown, didn't we? No, I got the point. Really?
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. I feel like I'm the closest one.
Lyle.
But then I feel bad that I'm that person that's just staring at it.
Thank you. But she want to do it again soon. If I did. Yeah, everybody's there, man. No worries.
You need your chair. Give me your chair. No, just put it in my bag. You know how hard it is to pick it up and pick it up?
Yeah, they do.
See how awkward that you're like stretching away.
I know.
Shooting coffee.
I'm wrinkling my toes out.
No. Carla, what's this?
They're just wrinkling. Are you serious? What are you doing, guys? Oh, my hands are always going. Nah, mine are too plugged. My stuff's too plugged to get wrinkly.
Ready?
It's a nice stretch. Don't use them quite. No.
You got one leg and you swipe the
Yeah, I was like, come on, is that a nice stretch?
I had one leg. I was trying to swipe the other one.
Swipe the other one.
What is it like? What is it like?
How's this? Yeah. We are 8, but you know how this is getting better. You've seen it, it's getting better. She's like, oh, I might be able to train legs. Yeah, I know. She finally trained legs like it used to. She's like, oh, it's been so long.
I went live too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, that's the sad part. So, you know, when you get that old school leg train, you can squat, dead bend as much as you want. Hold it. He anticipated the top.
He was going to get back all the way and drop anyway.
Tyler, throw it at him.
So you never disturb a little boy in his balls.
Throw that one. Throw it at him.
Come on.
Up here, champ. Go long.
Fake.
Run, Ted.
Fake drop.
Go, Ted. Okay, he coach to the seat.
Oh, really?
Don't allow him. He's 31. You see him in my time to do it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? What's this? I'm fucking almost 30. I don't time I should. I start.
All right, old people.
You picked up the wrong group.
But then I thought it was just the grass.
Old Aaron, old ass.
Actually, be nice to Timberland. He's going to put that on
Alright.
Hence the whole. You cop all the punishment. We don't.
I'm at work.
She's like, oh, why didn't you play? I'm like,
Throw it, Tyler.
I only got maybe a couple of good years left in me. The time I learn it, it'll be over.
Yeah.
I might save that one.
Yeah, they don't have them anymore. them online for $2.
Yeah, but they've got heaps of other ones. Yeah.
You can get these ones online for like $2.
How much did you pay?
That's getting a lot of problems there.
Last
Because obviously it's still lit, but that's getting away a lot. You use the cables on it, or?
Taylor, eat the ball.
Because it's easier because you can get it up. You can get it away.
Apologise for any delays here in the coverage of this Australian Gridiron League match. They've just paused the game to make sure that the ambulance can get on the field and help away the injured Raider safely. To stick around, might be a few minutes more, but make sure you stick around. It's been such an entertaining game so far. I would hate for you to miss what is going to be an absolutely terrific end to this match. Remember, the winner of this one goes on to the final, so stay tuned.
It's this, man. It's the grip. It's the whole the ball and the traps and shit.
Throw the ball, Taylor. Throw it. Throw the ball.
Yeah, that problem like the other like they're all 10, right? Yeah, I was trying to do buys and tries, fucking.
Drop, kickity, fall.
I was doing buys and tries yesterday, and he's like, mate.
Hop on the spot there. You ready?
Just the last step.
Matt Rowley now being loaded into the ambulance, folks, so if you put your hands together for Matt. Great to see away from Matt, and we look forward to the game being back underway in just a few moments. We'll wait for the ambulance to clear out. WA with the ball, we're about to receive the ball back, trailing 15-8 early in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I'm thinking of the, it's just this here.
I'm thinking C got
You're just getting old, mate. Just take your time off, mate. Have a good week, eh?
Yeah, why doesn't your child come back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Tell me what to do, man.
You get him, Tyler. Nope, that's not that.
Right in front of you.
Now almost set to come back here following the ambulance time out here to load the Raider safely into the ambulance. So we're going to hang around for a few more moments before we can kick off play again. But Simon, just asking you, this is almost like another half time for these players. How do you get yourself back into the mindset of playing in a tight game like this?
It's going to be tough. You just got to look at the scoreboard and just know that you're down and you're going to have to dig deep. And conversely, for Queensland, know that you're up and you've got to hang on. They're going to come out hitting no matter what. It's a violent sport and injuries can happen at any time. So they should draw upon the emotion they have for their fallen comrade and come out firing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hence the whole why didn't you bring a fucking jumper thing?
That is all I can do. sitting here for like 5 minutes and now it's only 8 minutes. 8 minutes into the game. What do you need to do about your no, like, I wish they were like, you know that big guy. He's a big boy. He looks so
That makes it easier.
yeah, I know. And their face as well. Yeah, but that's
Slow and square out. It's fucking face crazy shit. So much easier. You've got lines to run with.
this is like 11 or 12.
Snowing.
It was LA versus Majesty, I think. Yeah. Oh no, you're watching Britain, were you? Not American.
They're going to be cold. Someone's dog is running away. Yeah, I know.
Who's man? I put all the Jackson in. Just floating around.
Is that all?
That's like 900 mils because it's huh? At least it is fine. Stay warm. Get loose. Sprints, ass kicks. I held that one. Should have brought a ball.
Exactly.
Well, I did say 2 o'clock. It was 5 past.
I know. I was about to message you and then how's he doing now?
Nah, he started just after the break. It would have been finished by now. We can't start. Technically, it should have been finished by
On the bathtub?
And when the door opens.
Yeah. You sitting on the bathtub, like, it's going to get in the way of the shower.
So one goes like that. If you walk
Now I could do it at the park. I'm going to go move to the park and see
someone moved.
No, like the game's starting now.
Oh yeah, he just like finally decided.
It was all good, right? It was all good up until 15. Just stop growing. Everybody else kept fucking going.
Or even out on the road.
I do like Jimmy, bro.
Following the long delay for the ambulance timeout, we are back here in the third quarter. Certainly taken a lot of the wind out of what has been a terrific game so far between two teams looking for a spot in the final. We're getting set to restart. Long kick down the field. Carried by the wind, Honda does well to get underneath it. Has some space, darting in and out. And the Sun Devils will catch up to him. and bring him down. So now following a big delay, the wind's starting to get a little chilly, the sun's starting to go down now. Players are starting to maybe, the muscles aren't as loose as they used to be now. How important is this drive for Western Australia?
This is critical. This is the game right here. You don't want to come out flat. You can't afford to. I mean, yeah, like you said before, your limbs are getting heavy with that lactic acid, and your concentration has slipped. You watch one of your mates get carted off with what could be a career-ending injury, but they've got to really dig deep here. This is the game right here. You see how they come out. It's going to dictate the tempo for the rest of the game.
And obviously, this team has high hopes of defending their title. Now it's time to see where their credentials are. Spread set. Wide receivers, Gastrov sits back. Looks at his options. Federic's wide open. Good tackle, though, to push him out of bounds. They'll be able to pick up a few yards on the play, maybe 4 or 5, even 6. And the Raiders will be looking now to get back within striking distance now. A touchdown will draw them even, and a 2-point conversion on top of that will give them back the lead here. The Sun Devils have come out and have pressed away from home. It's certainly not an easy flight all the way from Queensland. Adjusted the conditions well, and now looking to shut down the Raiders again. Spread set. Gastrov under centre. Quick drop. And the pass. Good take above his head. He gets caught at the ankles and it'll be going nowhere. Good work from the corner to make sure that he stopped him in his tracks, and now he's going to set up for a 3rd down and short situation.
Critical play here for the Raiders.
Third down now, and a big 3rd down for the Raiders. Another spread set. Gastrov drops back, has time, quick pass. Federicks takes it, tries to tackle, hit hard. But this one could be close in terms of whether he's going to get the 1st down. Federicks coming up, limping off the field. Fredericks is a big guy and he looks to be shrugging it off. In terms of this one, they've moved the chains and now they're coming near midfield. Chris Guscott here alongside Simon Holland here for Ascension Sports. Thank you for joining us here for this Australian Gridiron League match here. Thank you very much also to Hostworks for helping us out with the stream. And for everyone watching at home, I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are here. It's been a tight game so far and a game with lots of intensity. Toss play. Lanzell gets to the outside but contained well and ridden into the ground hard, but a flag on the play. And penalties today have been the killer for both sides.
Exactly right. You look at that, and like we said, it's discipline, but also it's technique. There's a lot of frustration, and people are coming out flat, like you said. They're going to be a few seconds behind him and things like that. But we saw on the offense, it's a good execution there for Western Australia. They were on the screenplay, Fredericks picked it up, and a good tackle there by Damien Malloy to hammer him into the ground. But at least they're executing. With a long delay like that, sometimes you just struggle to pick up the ball and concentrate through the air and running patterns and things like that. So at least things are humming along there. Not much reward in terms of execution, but we'll get it.
1st down and very long now for the Raiders. Going to line up here. Trips to the right-hand side. Lanzell in the backfield. Gastrov, quick drop, throws to Honda. It's tipped up in the air. And he kept running with it afterwards. And the bench and the players still having a few words with each other. This match hasn't lost any feeling despite the long ambulance timeout that was called. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 20 for the Raiders. And that will also bring up the end of the 3rd quarter. It dragged on a bit, like I said, because of that ambulance timeout. But it now sends us on to the final quarter. Queensland Sun Devils 15, Western Australian Raiders 8.
and well done to everybody in the crowd for popping on to that one as well.
I mean,
Do you have reception down here? I don't know. I don't think they have reception.
And I know why that car can't like that now, because all the cars. I've just followed the ambulance that came in front of all the cars.
The ambulance, and it was that car that I could feel
Oh no, we didn't have that red car.
West Australian offense stepping up.
It was because it was on the back.
Some confusion there amongst the receiver corps.
Way to get out was come in front of all the cars.
Fredericks is going to send the middle of the troops left set. Single back, Lansdale looking there. Jobs back. Three-step jump looking around. He's got plenty of time. Throws it deep. And Fredericks, the man, all by himself. But it's broken up by the DBs for Queensland. That looks to be number 24, Gonzalo Lugo. Excellent play there.
Gonzalo Lugo there with the break up on that pass, aimed for Luke Fredericks.
And Fredericks proving himself to be a resilient customer, get downfield there. After taking some big hits, couple to the kidneys, couple to the head.
And you're like,
He's a tough customer, they call him a freak for a reason. But good looks there by Ben Gastrov.
Taz, it might
Seeing
be
some promising signs.
Trading lines up now.
Third down and long now for the Raiders. Spread set. Gastrov drops back. Under pressure this time. Long ball. But there's nobody home. And that will bring up fourth down, but there is a flag down on the play. And Gastrov is also down. And this match is starting to take its toll on the players. Physicality of both teams now starting to catch up. But Gastrov managing to hop to his feet. Tough quarterback, especially when they're built like linebackers.
Yeah, you can't take him down. I mean, you know, he'll probably throw out his shoulder with that big pass before he'd get hit by somebody and hurt. He is a tough customer. He'll take them, but he'll always bounce back up and he'll come out firing.
Especially going to need to do that considering the Sun Devils are not letting up at this stage. They hold a slender 7-point lead here. To wait to see what the flag is, because this could give the Raiders another chance. Now, it looks like they will get another chance here. Big let off here. Automatic first down because of roughing the passer, and ill discipline again costing the defense. And now the Sun Devils, who had themselves in a terrific position, have now given the Raiders a fresh set of downs. This could prove costly. Lining up again in the spread set. Lansdale in the backfield. Gastrov, after taking the hit, will take under centre here. Drops back. Has time. Falls as he throws. Still manages to get on target. Good corner work to shut it down. Not going to be much gain from that.
Nice tackle again by
Shows the good arm strength of Gastrov. He's falling over and still makes a pass.
That's exactly right. And good concentration by Brant Hunter there. It seems such a shame to have such a good play work out to get no yards, but they're looking for those yards after catch for Brant Hunter. That sort of what we call yak ability to get up the field on the screen there. But there needs to be better blocking by receivers. They need O-line firing out, protecting their QB.
Line up, trips to the right-hand side. Gastrov sits back again, has time. Now he's under pressure. Flags thrown, long ball into the backfield. And the secondary once again showing some terrific vertical ability to get up and bring that ball down. It's interesting to see what the flag will be on this one. But the secondary for Queensland has been all over the Raiders' deep field today.
Exactly, that's Damien Malloy out there. He's a backup quarterback as well as a DB, so he's got football IQ and good athletic ability. Also an Outback squad member, so he knows what's going on out there.
Once again, penalties slowing down the play and potentially changing the drive. And that is going to be a penalty on Queensland. And then a foul on Western Australia. So both these teams now starting to really fight it out here, playing a little bit of jungle ball, and the umpires are right onto it. Automatic first down for the Raiders, and once again, the Sun Devils give another set of downs to the Raiders on penalties alone here. Makes you wonder if the Raiders can get downfield here. They're only going to have themselves to blame.
It seems like, yeah, the penalty was on number 13, Ezra Clay, and you can see him shaking his head there because that late in the game like this, they're marching down the field on the basis of penalties alone. You know, the veers and the leads and things like that the Raiders are throwing out aren't getting them yards, but penalties are. So that is going to be costly. And Ezra Clay really should pull his head in and play some football.
Well, they're offset it.
My word, that is a correct.
They have corrected the call, have offsetted both the penalties, and are now going to replay the down. There is plenty of confusion going on at the moment. And just when we thought Queensland gave up another automatic first down, the penalties are offset, and we're just going to do that play again. 2nd down and 8. Spread set. Gastrov has time, throws to the outside. The pass is too hot. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now. This match continues to be a scrappy affair, but both teams giving it their all here, and a spot in the final is up for grabs. So you definitely will expect it now. And the Raiders obviously not a team to punt or to kick at any stage, so you know that Queensland are going to have to hold them for another 2 downs. Big stage of the game now. Spread set. Gastrov and the offense choosing to pass a lot more here in this final quarter. Has trouble holding on, he's got pressure, throws it. Finds his receiver. And a big hit there to bring him down. He's going to get up pretty gingerly, especially after getting a hit from the Sun Devils defense. This could be a first down. It looks like there's going to be another penalty.
Personal foul, number 13 of Queensland, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer again on Queensland, another automatic first down. And you can already hear the coach of Queensland has said we are letting them back into the game. And boy, from your perspective at the moment, where do you see the Raiders at the moment? Are they just getting lucky and staying alive on this drive? Because it seems as if Queensland are beating them with their play, but then Queensland are beating themselves with their own play.
Exactly right. The Raiders, they're keeping it quite basic. They're running their basic veer. They're doing lots of sort of West Coast stuff.
Queensland have called a
Passes
timeout.
there,
Time to cool things
called
down,
by Ryan
obviously.
Dwyer, who's actually out back as well. Took a
Queensland
huge
huddle.
shot to the kidneys in the back, and that's never pretty. But he hung on to it, but it's not getting them yards. And what they need at this stage of the game, they need points, they need yards. It really is a simple game when you boil it down. They need to get down there. And the Queensland coach is right to be irate because he's exactly right. They're letting them back in the game. They're marching down the field. They could have had the ball. They could have been heading back the other way by now.
And it, of course, it drags the game on longer as well. Queensland obviously just want that final whistle to sound, and they'll be off to the final. But instead, the clock keeps stopping with these penalties, especially these big roughing the passer penalties. It's moving them 15 yards in Queensland's wrong direction.
Queensland, it's their second time out.
Boys, this match been interesting. It certainly had absolutely everything in terms of touchdowns, big plays on offense, big plays on defense, and of course the penalties, which have really damaged both sides. And at the moment, it's damaging Queensland the most because this has taken them a long way down the field. Western Australia are in for a real shot here if they can manage to put some points together on this drive. It's going to make Queensland do all the running here. Another spread set seems to be working well for them so far. Gastrov hands off down the middle. Lenzel tucks the shoulder, gets clipped at the ankles. Forward progress will stop, and he will get possibly a few yards on the play. So where do you see this game going at the moment? It's very tit for tat, and it's very edgy, and it's very stop-start. Where do you see this game going?
Well, even with a score, it's only going to put it up to ties. So they're going to look for that 2-point conversion, but it's going to be do or die. So it could be a 1-point game very well at the end. If they get that 2-point conversion, that's a win by a point. If they don't get it, that's a loss by a point. J.R. Rogers, the coach of the WA Raiders, is not conservative when it comes to taking the win. So you've got to think that he's go for it, point or two either game. But that's a surprising result for us, isn't it? We thought it was going to be, lots of offense.
Exactly. Both these teams certainly didn't have any trouble scoring in their first games. Spread set again. Gastrop, quick pass. Throws the outside to Honda. Trying to skip his way around a few, and Queensland is quick to shut him down. Grant Honda obviously having the lateral quickness that makes him extremely tough to bring down, but Queensland bringing their power in numbers, and now that's going to set up a third down and medium situation. Once again, like I said, it really opens up the playbook, and now we've got an injured player on the field trying to get himself off, but it's going to get addressed to by the umpires here.
But like if you're on an iPad, you can only use it on your iPad. Because iPads don't have SIM.
Oh yeah.
But FaceTime's good.
It's just like the fiat, so I use my way to like
It is, but it screws up with, like if you've got, like with me, got iPad and iPhone and Levi's iPod, when I get a call, it doesn't necessarily count, like
just to your phone.
Yeah, it just, and then I open up my iPad and I see Uncle Dave, for some reason he always sends me a text and it ends up in my iPad.
That's right, yeah. And you check it out.
And then when he thinks I'm ignoring it, so I don't check my messages on my iPad.
No.
Following the injury timeout, third down and medium, massive play here. Spread set, Gastrop fakes it, throws it deep, and it's intercepted. Terrific play from the secondary to jump up and take the ball straight out of Honda's hands, and this could be a massive play for the Sun Devils. Gastrop floating that ball to the outside after the initial pump fake, and Queensland now in the box seat to take this game out.
That was just a flat-out bad decision by Ben Gastrop. He's a heads-up player usually, but he stood back. I think it looked like he mumbled the snap and stood on the back foot there and skied it. And that was number 24, Gonzaga Hugo. They stepped up, and that is a humongous play for Queensland.
Absolutely, but for now they're in a lot of trouble. They've got to get out of their own territory. It seems they are pressed up right on their own goal line. And whether the Sun Devils can get out of this situation will be vital to see if they're going to the final in a few weeks' time. They hold a 7-point lead here. Stegman's got to work some magic here. Hands up, and it looks as if that's going to be a safety, and it will be. Holiday Miller got the handoff. Western Australia were all over it. They tackled him for a loss. And that will be a safety. And just when you think this game has had it all, it's now made this a 5-point game, which leaves a touchdown for the Raiders to put them back in front. That's good defensive pressure there.
Yeah, did you see that coming? I definitely did see that coming. I mean, Raiders there, they've been bailed out by their defense before, and it is great for that unit to be able to step up there and deep into this fourth quarter here and make a huge play. That is gritty play by the defense.
And now the Sun Devils, who suddenly had momentum about half a minute ago, now staring down the barrel of having to force the Raiders into another turnover, or a turnover on downs even, to make sure they can hold on to this one. It's been a tight one so far. Boy, have we got an exciting few minutes ahead of us here. 15-10 here in the Australian Gridiron League here on Ascension Sports. Chris Guscott here alongside Simon Holland. And in association with Hostworks of helping us out with the stream.
I know.
Good crowd here on the edge of their collective seats here, and hoping it's the same for you at home here following the live stream on Ascension Sports.tv.
Oh, the kicks aren't that bad, but then, like, the
And this one has come right down to the wire.
These kicks give me a fright sometimes because they're so strong. Like they're little jolts in my stomach. This is worse. I'm like, fuck, if he's at us now, what happens in another 2 months?
Following the safety, the punt away. Take the bounce. Honda is going to fumble it out. What could have been a penalty. It's now left the Western Australia Raiders now with majority of the field to drive now to take the lead and to potentially book their spot in the final. You could say the Sun Devils have had the running in majority of this game, even though the Raiders have had more possession. How do you think the Queensland Sun Devils defence has done it so far?
That's right, defence, offence. They look like a really well-drilled unit from Queensland down there, up there, and they're just crisp in their execution. They've had intense linebacker pressure all day. Defensive end is coming around, and Western Australia just got to match it, got to get above it.
Pivotal drive, but we don't need to tell you that. Spread set. Gastrov throws it to the outside. Well taken, but good work again from the corner. And a flag for a late hit. Joe Trapia with the late hit. And it seems as if Queensland are shooting themselves in the foot at this late stage of the game. And the penalties are racking up on both sides here. It's been a match that every single play, it seems as if something different is happening. And even after a play like that, I mean, the receiver was down. You don't really need to come in for that hit.
Yeah, that's Joe Trapia. He's been a star all day, absolutely making big hits, getting and being disruptive. And you can see him shaking his head, hands on the hip. Body language not good for him. You want your game breakers to be on the top of their game at this point in the game. But Joe Trapia, yeah, that was a late hit, really uncalled for. And you can hear the ref. That was a long call. He blew me up on that one. Yeah, I was come on, ref. But yeah, that's it. So Joe Trapia there jumped on top, tried to wrest the ball from him, but it was uncalled for and let them off the hook once again.
Queensland had all the momentum, continue to take it away from themselves, and now the Raiders, they'll need to be able to capitalise here in this one. The sun is starting to set here in Murdoch Oval here in Perth. It's been a terrific game so far. Certainly the twists and turns have come thick and fast. And we can only expect there's going to be more to come here as this game closes down here. Winner heads to the final. The losers can still make it technically, but it's going to be a hard road for them. It's all on the line here. Spread set. Gastrov. Quick drop. Throws to the outside again. The pass is too high. It's going to be broken up. Incomplete. Dwyer sticking a hand up but unable to pull it in. And it is now 2nd down and 10. Second down and 10. Spread set again. Gastrov has time. Throws it down the middle. Great play. And Fredericks is there. The secondary closes him down, but only after he jumps up to make the catch. And that will move the chains. Western Australia looking to hurry up the offense now. Something we've seen employed by the Wolfpack. Regularly running hurry-off offense to keep the defence on their toes. Gastrov under centre, but the umpires will intervene. Looks as if a timeout will be called here to stop the momentum. Great play down the middle. How did he get open?
That's the big bend Gastrov we know and love. He looks off the safety and just stares him down the barrel, looking for that post, and it was his man Freak got open. But it's good to see. You don't want to see Ben Gastrov taking those lateral passes. You know, they've got completing those passes, but they're not getting any yards. So that was good. You know, run him in a post, big long man, throw it up high, and he went and got it. Beautiful play there, Gastrov.
This is exactly when you see who the best quarterbacks are. These game-winning drives at the late end of these games, especially on the national scene here. Boys, this match been chippy. You feel as if Western Australia, if they go in and score again, Queensland only have themselves to blame. They've let Western Australia off the hook a few times. Spread set. Gastrov again under centre. Quick pass. Throws a good take again. And Frederick spins through a few. Queensland looking to shut him down. But again, they're moving it down the field. Might not necessarily get the first down on each play, but they are moving the ball and putting Queensland under pressure at the moment. It's now second down and short here.
The second one in a row on this drive, and WA been the go-to man before.
Second down and inches. Middleton in the backfield. Hands off. He's going to get it, and Queensland going to shut him down, but that will move the chains. Another flag thrown in the backfield. And more flags. And as this game continues to go on, it seems as if Queensland continuing to lose discipline here, and they're letting Western Australia drive down the field. Wait for the call. And that'll be a face mask penalty on the defense. And now, here come the Raiders again. And you feel as if, as an offense, you feel as if you'd be kind of going well, even though you're kind of not. It must be a confusing time for them.
That's right. I mean, they're digging deep in their playbook now. There's no secrets. They don't have to hide anything. They've shown everything they've got. And this is just it. You just got to get it done.
And at the moment, it doesn't even seem the offense needs to get it done. The defense is handing them yards. Spread set again. Fresh set of downs. Gastrov, quick drop. Again going to the outside. And the Queensland secondary just being content to give up a few yards on these plays. Gastrov starting to get in a groove now. He's started to make his last few passes. Receivers getting open, and the Queensland defense now need to pull out something special here. Much like the interception that saved a potential touchdown the last time the Raiders came within their red zone. Second down. Gastrov drops back, pump fakes, looks deep into the corner. Honda's back there, great corner work and a flag. It looked as if he almost got the ball, but jumping into Honda. And as you mentioned off mic, Honda was running the seam route and he gets into the corner. And the corner, yeah, you can just hear over the PA in the background. You can see that one of the PA guys doesn't think that was a bad play from the secondary. Gee, Queensland are under the pressure now if that's going to be a pass interference call.
Number 26, Isaac Summerfield. He didn't really have a choice because that was high and Honda was under it, and Honda doesn't make many mistakes at that level. So Isaac Summerfield, 26, he had really no option but to barrel into him and try and make him miss.
And while we were just talking there, the flag's been waved off. So now it's third down and 8. It was a good play from the corner. I mean, that could be one of the deciding factors in this match, considering Honda was in for a touchdown. Gastrov, quick pass across. They close down on that quick route. And the ball's come out. The bench is rallying for a fumble. At worst for the Raiders, this will be a fourth down situation. Boy, the tension with this ground is unbelievable at the moment. Umpires having a lot to do in this match. Boy, very, very tense conference in the middle there as there's a player down on the play. And the helmet has come off after that big hit. This is a massive play. Frederick's being involved in the hit, and he's going to be walked off. And boy, at this stage of the game, it's a 5-point game. The Western Australian Raiders are within their red zone. Doesn't get much better than this. If this isn't a fumble, Simon, this will be a 4th down situation. What do you reckon the Raiders are going to call here?
They've got to look for a quick slant or something. They've got to move forward. You absolutely can't mess around with that West Coast offense to the outside. I mean, there's thinking behind it. You've got to stop the clock. You've got to get the outside, and 4 yards to play, move the change. But right now, you've got to look vertical.
And we haven't seen the 2-minute warning yet. So it means that there still is a bit of time left. Even if the Raiders score, the Sun Devils could drive down the field. And the Sun Devils do kick field goals. And they can. But even if you shut them down on 3rd down, they'll be able to go for the points. And that's all they'll need. If they score a touchdown here, even if Western Australia convert on the 2-point conversion, that'll make it a 3-point game. So the Sun Devils certainly will not feel out of it if the Raiders score, but that means we have to presume that the Raiders will score. The Sun Devils now have to hold them back here for at least one more play, depending on what the ruling is from the umpires.
13 on the Queensland team. Unnecessary roughness. 15 yards, first down.
An unnecessary roughness called on the Sun Devils. And that's another 1st down. Going to be ruled half distance, which means that because there were not enough yards for them to penalise, they're not going to take them over the end zone lines, which means they're going to halve it and they're going to set them up now. What looks as if right down near the goal line. And the Sun Devils are going to have to pull out a lot here on defence to stop the Raiders taking the lead. And boys, at a tense time, there's not a single person in the crowd here who's looking away from this action. Thank you for joining us on Ascension Sports TV. Chris Guscott here, Simon Holland alongside me. And we have been set up for a grandstand finish, even though Queensland have probably shot themselves in the foot in this one. Can't fault the Raiders for what they've been doing. Spread set, Gastrov, hands off, down the middle. Lanzell is met solidly. And it looks as if they've held him up for now.
Come on, Raiders! Go, boys!
Now 2nd down and goal. Another spread set. I think they might look to Lanzell again, that big body. Gastrov drops back instead, throws it. Hit while he threw it. That's another great play there from the defensive captain for the Sun Devils. And now that's going to bring up 3rd down and goal. But you mentioned that in the Gridiron West League that there's not many field goals attempted, and especially not now considering they trail. Do you think the Sun Devils will be able to hold him out here, or is the Raiders going to run in for a score? What's your opinion here?
I don't know. Can they do drop kicks? I don't know. Might have something out there, but yeah, we don't usually play with that field goals because we play over the summer, so we tend to go for the 2 points. Maybe that will help them in good stead here.
Spread set here, massive play. Gastrov drops back under pressure, throws to the corner, and taken in the corner. Touchdown! And an unbelievable play has now put the Raiders in front. Bryn Nightingale with the take. Oh, sorry. Ryan Dwyer, my apologies, takes the touchdown in the corner. And the Western Australian Raiders now hold a 1-point lead. And depending on if they're able to convert here, should make this extremely interesting. And the Raiders, on the back of some generous field position from the Sun Devils, have now taken the lead.
That's unbelievable. Ryan Dwyer, he's had a bit of a nightmare outing today, you know, sort of minimal yardage. But to take a catch in the end zone right there, it's huge. He's an ex-lifesaver. He's a strong guy. He can tough it out to the end. That's what you want to see out of your receivers.
Plenty of space, and Gastrov do well just to float that pass in there. And now this is a big play on the 2-point conversion. Lanzell just ran in as hard as he could, and like a freight train goes straight into the end zone. And now Queensland will be forced to make a field goal at least on this possession to make it a tight game. And when you feel as if Queensland have had the run in this match, they now trail by 3 late, purely because they've shot themselves in the foot. Ill-discipline could come back to haunt them in this one.
That's unbelievable. The coach is not going to be happy. They're going to be watching this stream back and sort of see some of the mistakes they make. And really, what has it been? It's the 12th man right there in penalties. It's got to be over a couple, 100 yards, something like that in penalties. Absolutely shocking behaviour. But, they've cost themselves the game. And what more is there at stake in the game?
Queensland still have the chance. We saw their first drive, they moved down the field with relative ease. It's been pretty hard work from them since then, but definitely can't rule anything out, especially in a game like this, which has had absolutely everything. Certainly not going to be surprised if we see another big twist here in this match. So following another lead change. Kick-off again. Good long ball. It's going to be a hard kick-off. It's a miscommunication. But they're going to recover it. Here he comes through the middle. Shrugs the tackle. He's in the open field. He's got plenty of space to work with. He's going to go all the way home. What a play. Touchdown, Queensland. And you would not believe your eyes. Bert Harris comes in for the touchdown. And there are flags on the play, however. Oh my goodness. And just as I've said, just as you think you've seen it all, they fumbled the catch. And Bert Harris somehow gets through and runs it in for a touchdown.
He bounced off players there just like a pinball machine. There's like 3 guys tackling him. Bounce, spin move to the outside, and then he's just gone. Legs, absolutely no good to catch him.
And it looks as if penalty could potentially negate this. And boys, this has been the story for the Sun Devils. It looks as if Harris's terrific effort to take it the length of the field. I reckon it could be negated here following the penalty. So boy, the Sun Devils have really defeated themselves so far, but I mean, just looking at that play, they certainly have the explosive talent to get themselves back in it with just one play.
This was thinking, I was like, are they allowed to do that? Because he's offense, and he's trying to defend it. Interference. I was like, yeah. That's what I was just thinking, because it's
Hey, stay away now. Stand away. Don't get something on play action.
That was good.
Put 15 on!
You're right, Taz. All the costly penalties we've seen today, that one bringing the touchdown, not only bringing the touchdown back, but bringing it back 80+ yards.
So instead of taking the lead on the kickoff return, Queensland now have majority of the field to drive if they want to take the lead again in the late stage of this game. First down and 10. Lining up 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Moving a man in motion. Toss play to the outside. Queensland doing well to contain him. He's going to be brought down. It's an interesting strategy at the moment to run the ball, especially since there can't be a lot of time left.
Exactly right. But, if the football gods have any mercy, they're going to pay something back to the little kid. That was a huge run, nearly 90-something yards in that field to win the game, possibly. So it's going to be some controversy and some broken hearts, but that's what football's all about.
Absolutely. And boys, it would have been a game to watch. But it certainly is not over yet, that's for sure. It's going to be no gain on the run, so it's now 2nd down and 10. Stegman's really going to have to take on his outback experience here. Spread set. Looking for the run, the toss play to the outside to Holiday. Miller cuts back inside. Gets some good yards. Good hit in the secondary, but that's going to move the chains. Now the Sun Devils looking to build a drive of their own. The West Australian Raiders seem to be on offense for what seemed like forever. following all those automatic first downs and penalties. Maybe it's now the Sun Devils' turn. Two receivers to the left-hand side. Holiday Miller's going to line up next to Stegman. Drops back, has time, throws down the middle, and drops low. Stegman's pass just didn't have enough on it. And gee, Chris Ravlich was unable to hold it down at his shoelaces, and now that is a big opportunity gone begging. That was a first down.
That's right. And you had to look at the position of the safeties on that play. He'd split them perfectly. And that was a wonderful pass to Ravlich, who was heading down the middle. If he had caught that mid-stride, you would have thought that he would have split them and gone his way.
Queensland still in this game extraordinarily after the amount of penalties, turnovers they've given away at the moment. Spread set. Stegman again. He's going to rush it himself here, get some good blocking to the outside, but it's hit well. Western Australia have been very quick to close down the outside rushing here from the Sun Devils here. Boy, this sets up an interesting third down conversion. It's third down and short. They're approaching midfield here. It feels as if with limited time remaining here in the fourth, they're really going to have to pull out some good plays, but they've shown they can definitely do it at the moment. Spread set again now for the third down and short situation. Holiday Miller in the backfield, Stegman under centre. Drops back, quick pass, and he fires it to his man and he takes it, first down. And then some. And the Sun Devils are still alive.
Great tackle for him, mate. Got it over the top. But that was an excellent catch and an excellent yard after carry there. Yards after catch, sorry. That's yak ability. That's what you want in your receiver, especially if you're playing West Coast. Take the catch, spin the right way, and get downfield. But that was a good tackle. And Queensland are looking dangerous. They've got a big creative playbook. They're using it well, and you know, who knows what's going to happen at this point. This game is wide open, isn't it?
This game has had absolutely everything so far, and believe me, you can just feel as if there's something else big's going to happen here. Stegman lining up in the shotgun. He's got two receivers either side. Holiday Miller standing next to him in the backfield. The handoff is faked it. Stegman looking for the cut, and he gets brought down, and Western Australia did very well to contain the play action there. And that's not going to get them many yards at all. Now it's second down and 6 now. This match is fitting of a grandstand finisher, boy, if we got it. Split set again. They're going to line up in the same formation. Stegman sits back, the pass across the field, and it's going to be way off target. Looks as if a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback, and now that brings up what is going to be a very, very important third down situation.
That's right. We saw that miscommunication. It looked actually like the receiver stumbled out there, but that's the right kind of idea. Running out there, trying to get to the boundary line, stop the clock. They've got a clever playbook, and they can run vertically, but you do need to play clever at this point.
Yeah, so I thought it was just me. I was like, I better ask first. Mine was actually that probably sped it up, but mine was screwed up.
Third down and 6. Lining up trips to the left-hand side. Stegman back in the shotgun.
And I can see the game. Oh, you see, now I can see the game.
And it's going to be a flag.
So depressing, 24, and I'm blown.
And it's going to be delay of game, which means that's another 5 yards that the Sun Devils could not afford to lose at this stage of the game. It sets up now a third down and 11 situation, which they have to convert on here. It feels as if Western Australia get the ball back at this stage, they can ice the clock and do what they say, it's a 4-minute offense. Make sure that you know, potentially just run the game out and don't give the other team enough time to come back into this one. But believe me, it's only 5 points. Anything can happen here. Trips to the left-hand side now. 3rd down and 11. 4 on the line for Western Australia.
Come on, Riders!
Stegman passes down the middle. He makes the play. And a good clip tackle there. Terrific play from the defense. But that will stop them potentially short. Well, actually, no, they're moving the chains. That could be a 1st down.
That was Brant Honda there. When you're at this stage of the game, you want your game breakers on the field, and that's Brant Honda, slot receiver traditionally. Humongous hit there coming out of the safety. But you can see they're pushing it down the post. Quarterback there looking off either sideline, hammering down the middle vertically, but trying to split those safeties. Single back, when it's Brant Honda, you know you're pretty safe.
Luke Edwards with the take, and he's going to carry them 11 yards for the 1st down. And just when it seems as if Sun Devils are in trouble on 3rd down, they're converting and keeping the Raiders on the field, and more importantly for the Sun Devils, keeping their chances alive in this one. And that is a 2-minute warning. So this will be the last roll of the dice for Queensland, you feel. Spread set. Not a single person spectating here who can take their eyes off this action, that's for sure. In the shotgun, Stegman. Hands off. He fakes it. Stegman gets to the outside. Has some space. Hit well, but that'll be enough to move the chains. Queensland continue to come.
What a sucker play that was. I think everybody watched Darius come out of his name, Holiday Miller there coming out of the backfield. It's really a tricky one. Everyone, all eyes on that, and then rolled to the outside. Stegman, heads up player, absolutely gifted athlete. That's what you want in this stage of the game. You want these guys just to bail out of there, get to the sidelines. He had that option. He was heading that direction and then turn it upfield.
There's going to be a holding call on Queensland. And boys, they've been a sucker punch for them today. Every time they seem to be moving forward or doing good on defense. The penalty flags seem to come out. And now it is 1st down and 20. A huge situation for the Sun Devils. As you said, though, the football gods must reward them for some form of dominance. And the sun is well and truly set here at Murdoch Oval, but boys, the action continuing to fire up. And with under 2 minutes left, we got a clinical drive going here. Spread set. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. Obviously, when you're trying to make those sort of hard count plays, you don't want your receiver running into the open field, do you?
That's right, it's tense. You can feel it out there. And that's one of those things. We haven't had one of them all game, you know, receivers breaking. But when it's tense and the pressure's on and you might be the man catching the ball, you're going to come fast out of that stance, even if you come one cadence early.
So now it's 1st down and 25. And there definitely aren't many plays in the playbook for 1st down and 25, that's for sure. But in terms of gains, even if you get those 7-8 yard gains, it puts you back to a 3rd down and 10 situation. And the Sun Devils have been able to convert on 3rd down on this drive, which has been important to keep their game alive at the moment. The penalties have been stopping the clock. Spread set. Stegman back, long ball down the field. Edwards takes it. And boy, this match continues to toss up its fair share of events. And Edwards, the big tight end, jumps up and makes the catch over the secondary on him. And now they have 11 yards to score.
Just look at the separation between Edwards there and the cornerback. Cornerback traditionally the fastest guy on the field. And he's making yards off that guy, getting that separation and then caught the ball. He is an outback squad member himself. That was an excellent stand-up play from him.
This match has had it all, and believe me, it's still going. 1st down and 10 on the 11-yard line. Spread set. Stegman sits back, under pressure, the pass throws, and good defensive work there. Honda on the field. Like you said, you need to put your game breakers in. at the time they're needed most. And believe me, when it's 5 points and you're defending in your red zone, you need to put everyone on the field that you can have.
That's it. It's all about thinking at this point. IQ. You're operating as a unit, but also you've got to control your zone, especially if you're playing a cover 2 or the cover 3 set that they look like they're employing at the moment. But Honda there, one of the smartest guys on the field, very cerebral player, broke up the pass. Excellent work.
The tension around the ground is it's quite hard to describe here, and boy, believe me, it's warranted. 2nd down and 10 here. Stegman hands it up the middle to Holiday Miller. Gets some space. Big hit in the backfield. And boy, that's Honda again. There's a flag. There is a flag on the play. We shouldn't be surprised. This match has had absolutely everything. Umpires coming together for a conference here. Remember, there should roughly be about a minute left on the clock. This has been an impressive drive that the Sun Devils have put together despite all the penalties. Have to wait to see what the umpire's call is here. And now the penalties are going against the Raiders now. Gee, this match has had absolutely everything. Timeout for the Sun Devils, and for the Sun Devils now, they have 3 yards to gain here. What is in your set? Describe what's the offensive set here on a goal line situation like this.
You got to protect the corners, and you got to just bring the house. You absolutely want to stop them in the backfield. Stegman's a little too athletic to catch out, standing flat-footed, so you're probably not going to get him, but you know, he'll be reading off the defensive end there, make him miss, and then maybe take it to the outside. On offense, yeah, you're looking at the corners, you're looking to run those quick slants, something quick in the middle. Pretty damn hard to stop at 3 yards.
And believe me, boy, it's going to be tense out there. Plenty of nerves here. This is for a spot in the final. Both teams coming into this match undefeated. One of them is going to leave victorious, and the other one is going to have a hard road to the finals. And after all the penalties that have gone against Queensland, it feels as if this might be just reward, but the Raiders now, a goal line stand in front of their home crowd, which is all gathered around here. 2 wide receivers to the right-hand side. 2 backs in the backfield. Stegman under centre. Fakes the handoff. Stegman rolls out right, throws into the end zone. It's low. And it's going to bounce. Brings up 2nd down, and with every single play, the crowd and the bench is getting involved here. Feels as if this match could be a lot further away, considering the position Queensland's been in, but obviously they're in the position they've dealt themselves, unfortunately. And it's now 2nd down and goal. Split backs. One receiver, or two receivers on the right-hand side, Stegman has time, scrambles outside the pocket, tosses it into the end zone. Edwards gets a hand up and can't reel it in a flag, however. And every single time something happens, it seems as if it's turning one way or the other. And the crowd hanging on for bated breath here, what the umpires call here. Boys, this match had it all.
Absolutely. You look at the room out there, there's some big mismatches. Mitchell Best there is a good 6'3", he's playing on Paul Lamont, could be about just under 6 foot himself, so there's lots of room to move. And Stegman's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's faking that run up the guts, and he's rolling out looking for those corners. But yeah, they're pounding it down. If they pound it down the middle, they've only got to get 1 yard there. So you think, you're expecting some of that. Holiday Miller has had excellent games throughout. There's just too many options. I mean, they've only got 2 more downs to go. Raiders got 2 to survive, and we're looking at a tight game here.
This match has come right down to the wire, and this is a key play in this match. 3rd down. 3 yards to gain here. Stegman, toss play to the outside. Holiday Miller gets inside, and it looks as if he's in. Touchdown! Queensland retake the lead. Unbelievable match, has had absolutely everything. and Holiday Miller is going to run it in.
That's those football gods we're talking about. A Holiday Miller, yeah, he didn't take a break, so no holiday for him, but that's a huge play for him to pound it in off there off the toss. And just caught the linebackers napping there. Got to be more aggressive, Raiders.
This match was billed as an absolute blockbuster, and it is delivered. And this crowd here in Perth now stunned at the moment because with under a minute remaining, Sun Devils now have a chance to extend their lead. They're going for the 2-point conversion. Stegman under centre. It's going to be a flag. It's going to be delay of game. Fourth down. Two receivers to the right-hand side. Split backs. Stegman passes down the middle. It's dropped. And the opportunity to convert there on the 2 points has been put through his fingers, and now tense moments here as the Raiders will have one last shot to get into the final. Boy, have the Sun Devils really put up a show in this one, and they should be further ahead. Penalties have really interfered with how they've been going in this match. They have the lead now. It feels as if they've lost this one, they would have given it away. The Raiders now have plenty of time, though, if you feel as if they can go downfield and get a few deep passes. Gastrov certainly wouldn't put it past him. And the Raiders have plenty of tall receivers to catch the deep ball and a Hail Mary pass. Boy, has this match been something short of just extraordinary time.
21-18, that's close. I mean, that's a field goal here, but this is what we've got to look forward to. We've got Brant Honda back in the field, and like we said, this guy's a weapon. Had a relatively quiet game by like Hondurism standards, you know. But we've got him in the backfield here, and this is where this kid shines. So let's see what he's got. Get to the outside breakaway, could be touchdown. They've still got options. Kick off there.
Short kick, Honda recovers well. Has space, but he's closed down quickly. Closed down, and the Sun Devils now. You think with the amount of time remaining, we'll only have a few plays to hold on, and the Raiders won't be time now for runs unless they're going to make a heck of a play out of it here. Absolutely tense moments here in Perth. Chris Guscott alongside Simon Holland here for Ascension Sports TV. Definitely glad you can join us because the pleasure is all ours to bring you a game like this. It's been a match which has finals caliber written all over it, and one of these teams is going to book their place in the championship game. Spread set. Gastrov under centre, drops back, has time, throws deep downfield. It's going to be over everyone's head. Got some hands to it, but it's just going to be too much to ask. Second down and 10 for the Raiders.
Ben Gastrov, what a powerful arm he's got there. He threw it short and flat there, a little bit low, sailed on Fredericks just a little bit in the corner there. But that's the kind of thing you want to look. Maybe not looking to the boundaries, eye off that safety, get them to split that three deep that they're playing, and run a post up the middle. You've got some fast slot receivers, get them on there, get them moving.
With every play, the time's ticking away. Western Australia need to make every single play count now. Spread set again. Gastrov, quick pass. Honda drops it. Had the pass, it's at his shoelaces. And we've had some diving on the play. And it's still chippy and there's still words, especially at this stage of the game. This has been something short of a spectacle. An unbelievable game to watch here on Ascension Sports TV. If you've missed any of this game, believe me, you're going to go and watch the full replay, which will be on the Ascension Sports YouTube channel. I'm certainly watching it again. I don't know about you.
You're going to watch that replay and you're going to see Flop with a century there. Francois Russell, he's an experienced player, he's their captain. Bit of a love tap there from Brandon Honda and Flop to the ground. Flop with the century there. But yeah, exactly. Those tensions are high, emotions. You need every yard you can get through it, whatever it means.
Spread set. Gasterov gets pressure from the outside and he's going to be sacked. Unbelievable defensive play. Number 2, Jason Leon. And Western Australia's going to look to call a timeout, but that is a big play at this stage of the game. Western Australia's offensive line has contained the DL for the Sun Devils relatively well today. But just when they need him the most, Jason Leon comes in and makes the sack.
We haven't seen the sack all day. I mean, they've taken a hit for the offensive line and somebody's missing, but that's the first sack we've seen all day, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Queensland.
Just 12 seconds remaining in the game.
There is not a lot of time remaining for Western Australia now, and it is 4th down and long for them. Not that downs are really going to matter at this stage. It's either get into the end zone or bust, and I mean, like you said, Western Australia aren't particularly a kicking team, and it's a 3-point margin. If they get into the field position, they might have to go for it. I don't think they'll have any form of choice here. They're dropping the safeties extremely deep here. And you don't blame them. 5 wide receiver set here. Gasterov drops back, throws it straight down the middle. It's going to be into the gap. And that will be a turnover on downs. And Queensland, in a game where you thought they might have thrown it away from all the penalties that they've given away, have now got the ball with a few seconds remaining. Gee, this has been something short of just spectacular.
That's it. That's why we love this sport. Fat Lady never sings in this game, and stranger things have happened, absolutely. But at this point of the game, you've got to think that Queensland have got there, despite ill discipline and those football gods. They ended up smiling, didn't they? That's exactly what you said.
An unbelievable game, and as Queensland begins to celebrate on the bench, I'll see how much time is left on the clock, but you feel as if, even if there are plays remaining, it'll just Stegman will take a knee and the Sun Devils will come away with what has been an absolute thrilling 21-18 win. Like I said, if you've missed part of this game, definitely recommend you go to Ascension Sports YouTube channel in the next few days to check out the full replay. And that is it.
And that will be the game, folks.
And Queensland have come away with a 3-point win here in Perth, which has sent them to the final. The Raiders put in everything they had into this one. No team can be faulted for effort in this one. What a game.
Absolutely, and you've got to say in the finals, you know, you've got 2 of the best teams in the competition there, but Queensland really brought it. You know, a few years ago we saw them a little bit scrappy in their structures, but always big physical specimens, and now they've managed to marry the 2 skills. They're really well drilled, they've got a brilliant playbook and a quarterback who can execute. They've got athleticism on both sides of the field, aggression, and I mean, they're going to be tough to stop in the finals there, but they're quite a team and well played to them.
And so, for Queensland, they're going to come away 21-18 winners here in this Australian Gridiron League match. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I hope that you had as much fun watching this thriller as we did here. I'm Chris Guscott alongside Simon Holland. Big thanks to Hostworks for helping us out with the stream. Ascension Sports TV, we got plenty of events coming up in the next few weeks for you to tune into. Thank you very much for joining me, Simon. Until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Catch you around.
And their running game was fantastic. Yeah, look, he was in there all game, and who did you think was West Australia's best?
Middleton in the first
Yeah, number of key the Queensland boys will certainly enjoy their flight home later on tonight or tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mentioned swung both ways. Thanks to Rex for a positive contest. Happy Easter, everybody. Drive safely. Remember, there is double demerits tonight.
Absolutely. Matt and the rest of our group, thank you very much for listening.
What a win for you guys. Obviously, it takes a lot of clutch work there to get it done in the end.
Well, it was the O-line at the end who fucking redo that. I'm pumped. O-line just protected the end. We've got good running lanes, and I guess penalties just killed us though. All game, we just need to work on discipline, and then we'll be a force.
Absolutely. I was just going to bring up penalties. If you'd lost this game, you would have felt like you shot yourself in the foot.
100%, and 3 turnovers we had, and we forced a few turnovers, but penalties, just especially on defense, just killed us. 3rd and long, 4th and long, we just shot ourselves in the foot, like you said.
Absolutely. How confident are you guys coming into this game? I mean, it's a long trip from Queensland, but you had a good win over the Monarchs. How was the feeling around the camp?
Well, it's the best team we've ever assembled, that's for sure. Our offensive weapons are amazing. What we saw on film, I was pretty confident about. We tried to exploit the flat, and we sort of did that, and we ran the ball really well. And I guess, just really confident, and we got the win. So.
Your own play today, how did you feel you played today? Because, I mean, obviously you had an early interception, but after that you really felt like you were getting back into your rhythm. You were moving around, good mobility, and showing good accuracy with your passing.
I don't think I really got into a rhythm ever, because we were off the field. There was that ambulance delay, and just never got into a groove, especially passing. But I did say to some of the boys, they were telling me to just run, use my legs, and I did a fair bit, and that was what helped. So.
Final question. You're in the final. Can you do it all?
Yes. All right.
Thank you. Obviously a disappointing loss at the end there. How are the guys feeling?
Obviously disappointed, but at the end of the day we didn't really execute. I think we ended up with 3 turnovers, actually had to attempt 6 4th down attempts during the game, and I mean, if you can't play on the first 3 downs, you can't hang it all on the line there. So, it took us a long way to get execution. Then when we finally did get our 4th down conversion, we fumbled it away on 1st down. So even when you get the breaks in the gambles, sometimes, the turnovers cost you in the end.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of the big injury that happened in the middle of the game in the ambulance today, I know a lot of the guys are talking about how that really stopped the momentum. Did that affect the guys in any way?
It's hard to say. I mean, we still scored after that and got the momentum until a certain point there at the end. So, I don't think we were playing well before that. So to really say that it affected us, I'm not sure it did in the end. At the end of the day, we didn't take our opportunities when they were presented, and it's regardless of an injury that paused the game.
Absolutely. In terms of how did you feel Ben Gastrov played out there today? I mean, we've seen him play really well against the Sharks a few weeks ago. How did you feel his own play was out there today?
Look, the guy was on song. I mean, we hit a lot of passes. We pulled up short on a couple. Some of the receivers are just giving up on routes and that every now and then. So, look, they took it to us game plan wise. They tried to take certain individuals out of the game. We didn't take our opportunities with the other individuals. So,
thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All good, so I can pass out.
take it that's a yes.
Yeah.
Lyle, do you want the cards?
Not right now.